Kerr, I'm Kevin Harlan. And, of course, Ricky Rubio still out of the lineup.
I mean, he went down a few weeks back, and there's no sign of him coming back anytime soon.
Yeah, not a good situation at all to have seen.
The floor, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. On the court for the Heat, they've got Kevin Seraphin. Xavier Henry is out there with Tim Hardaway Jr. Then there's West, and it's Anthony in at the small forward position.
Nate Robinson suffered a torn ACL halfway through last season. It's been a long way back for the dynamic 5'9" Energizer, but really nice to see him back in action.
Let's catch up with Doris from the sideline.
Hi, Kevin. Jacques Vaughn and I got a chance to talk for just a bit. He said that they will be focusing a lot of their defensive effort into slowing down Carmelo Anthony. I asked him for specifics, and he said, Melo is such a dynamic player, there really isn't any single thing we'll do that will be the answer. Instead, we're just going to throw everything we have at him and see how he handles it. Guys?
And as always, Doris, thank you. And it's the Magic with the ball after the Heat pick up two.
It's the kind of defense required when he's got the ball near the hoop. And they were right in his face.
Fires it up. Looks a big high bounce and goes in.
4 makes on 4 tries. Everything's falling early. 100% can't do better than that.
Robinson kicks to Fareed. Here's Hill. Shot is no good. And it's Miami the other way. They come into this having outplayed the Clippers last game.
Yeah, it didn't seem to be much of a challenge for them in that game. It seemed like they scored at will. Not much defense that they were facing.
Yep, they had the defense on its heels early the entire game, and actually nearly the entire game, and no matter what unit was out there, looked like a mismatch to me.
Well, some weak defensive coverage there, and I'm pretty sure they didn't plan on starting this game out like that, giving such easy access to the rim.
And that one's good, Henry.
And they are cooking, on fire right now, really flowing well.
The Magic have gone 2 of 6 from the field. The drive by Bryant. He drains the quick shot. Kobe's got his second basket.
Could be the first of many mid-range jump shots we see from him today.
Here's Henry. And the shot is long. There were a lot of great things Steve accomplished last year by the Heat, both on offense and defense, but at times people would overlook that defense.
Well, they played tremendous defense. I mean, maybe not as consistently as they have in the past, but, you know, to be as good as they were, you have to be great defensively, and I think sometimes that goes underappreciated.
That's good. And in this first quarter, about 3 minutes played. Robinson goes in. Here's Hill. Soft touch off the glass.
Perseverance paying off on the offensive boards, guys.
The Heat leading by 7.
You know, the numbers don't really jump out at you, pop at you regarding the Heat's defense last year, but, you know, sometimes it's not necessarily what you do, but when you do it. And the Heat were pretty good at getting
order for him at the offensive end. He's really had the touch going.
Miami's gone 3 of 4 on 3-pointers in the first quarter, doing well from long range. Got that bucket in no time at all. Henry's got 9.
Well, a lot of the Heat's numbers might be skewed because they played a lot of high-scoring games at a high tempo. But when you have the athletic talent that they have, you better believe they're tough defensively.
And that is good.
These defenders look overmatched right now, especially inside.
Yeah, you look at the numbers, 10 of the last 12 points have come from close range, so I agree.
That's good.
Most any NBA player can make you pay when you leave them that wide open. That's why you have to stay alert on defense.
Robinson kicks to Hill. And that's good. Robinson picking up the assist.
Boy, this game is off to a terrific start.
No doubt. On both sides, high-octane offense.
So a new group on the floor for Orlando. And a new group in for the Heat. Vonleh's checked in for Kevin Seraphin. Payne comes in for David West. Taylor's checked in for Anthony. And it's Brown in for Tim Hardaway Jr. Here is Miles, averaging 8 points a game. Took the opportunity when he saw it. Miles has got his first basket.
Yeah, both teams are scoring well, but there hasn't been much defensive resistance either.
It's deflected. 1:11 left to play in the first quarter. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
Now let's look at the stat sheet here on C.J. Miles. how this year is going for him, averaging about 7 points, 2 assists, and 2 rebounds. And the numbers might not reflect it, but the effort's really been there for him. He's going to get rewarded soon enough if he keeps getting after it like he has been.
Yeah, I'd agree with that, Steve. He's been unlucky not to have filled up the stat sheet more because his play has really been solid.
Brandon Jennings so quick, a left-handed speed demon. You know, as quick as he is off the bounce, he's not as good of a finisher inside as you might expect. I think sometimes he makes those shots a little more difficult than they need to be.
The Magic trail by 5. There's 53 seconds left here in the first quarter. Here's Bynum. He kicks it to Selmans. Knocked away. And now it's Brown running. He can go all the way.
And that's the kind of play you just do not want to give up defensively. You lose the possession and give up a quick 2 at the other end. That's losing basketball.
And especially when you can't afford to give up any buckets. That pushes this lead up instead of going the other way.
Jennings wide open. Another miss by Orlando.
You know, they've been beating this club to a lot of loose balls and rebounds here early on.
Love the work ethic they've come out of the locker room with.
Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. And out of bounds is the Magic will gain possession.
Well, that's inexcusable to throw a pass that far off the mark.
Orlando's gone 0-3 from three-point land. Nothing yet going outside. Here's the screen. There's the triple. Jennings with another miss. The offense coming free and easy as we wrap up the first quarter. Heat out front, leading by 7. 2K Sports.
Tune in next Wednesday night, November 26th. The Indy.
And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. And guys, let's get your take on the scoring breakdown for Miami.
Well, they've definitely had the hot hand from the three-point line so far. Always nice to start out like that.
Something else they've done right so far from the get-go tonight is run. I mean, so much of their offense has come off the fast break.
They've got C.J. Miles. Bynum is out there with Mirza Teletovic. Then there's Jennings, and it's Aminu in at small forward. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Magic. Ball's knocked loose. Henry passes to Taylor. To the inside. Here's Brown, and he floats in for the easy 2. Credit the assist on that one.
Good work to tack some more points onto this lead.
Those are the kind of possessions they can build on and begin to pull away here.
From the sideline, let's catch up with Doris Burke.
Mother played professional basketball. Kobe said, once I moved overseas, the game of basketball became my refuge. I developed a passion and relationship with the game. My grandfather used to tape games and mail them to me. It was special just to sit down and watch the game. Gentlemen, over to you.
He's always had that passion. Thanks, Doris.
That's just run-of-the-mill for him. A typical day at the office. He's one of the more skilled offensive players out there.
You know, the Magic are still clearly in the process of rebuilding, but sooner or later, and I think it'll be sooner, they'll be looking to get back into the playoffs with the kind of talent they've started to collect.
To the inside. The slam dunk by Aminu.
Boy, you got to love that nice assist by Jennings.
The Heat leading by 10. Here's Henry. The three-pointer no good. And with the Magic 2 consecutive years now, Steve, where they've been beaten out of the playoffs, but that could change soon.
Well, this franchise has had so much success since it started. Even a 2-year absence from the playoffs seems like a drought for them. In fact, 4 years is the longest they've ever gone without making the playoffs, and that was when they were actually formed in 1989.
For the Magic, Hill comes in for Al Farouk Aminu, and Nate Robinson is subbed in for Brandon Jennings. The Heat also changing it up. Kevin Serafin, he's checked in for Vonleh. West comes in for Jeff Taylor, and Hardaway is subbed in for Shannon Brown. Outside Bryant. Fareed, left side. Clock at 6. Lets the 3 fly. That is good. Teletovic has got his first bucket of the game, and he's on the board for 3. For Miami, they've gotten 4 of the first 5 shots to fall in the second quarter. Outstanding shooting.
In the first quarter, he was killing them from outside, but he can't get it going here.
Robinson dishes to Fareed. Robinson kicks to Hill. Bryant drives in. Good, and it's Hill picking up the assist. That's now 8 points for Kobe Bryant.
Boy, such outstanding patience and decision-making for them offensively.
Yeah, absolutely. Their ball movement has been outstanding. They are piling up the assists. Yeah, let's see if that triggers another explosion from, remember, he hit 3 3-pointers in the first quarter.
Here's Robinson. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Man, a gaping hole in the defense that time, and he didn't waste any time getting through it.
Now a timeout called by Miami. And this game, the first chance they've had to see Orlando.
Well, from their sweep of this season series a year ago, pretty clear why one team wound up in the postseason and the other one went home.
Luol Deng is checked in for Mirza Teletovic. And now let's take a look at a very well-rounded group of players. Shooting guards who can rebound with the big boys. 5th best, Kobe Bryant.
You know, it's not easy to do what these players have done in that area, strictly because of positioning. Typically, as a 2-guard, you're going to be on the perimeter a lot more often than you will be inside.
Yeah, but for all of these guys, you can point to their quickness as well as their superb instincts as to why they wound up on the list. I mean, you've got to have that nose for the basketball.
Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Well, guys, I was able to listen in on what Eric Spoelstra was going over with his team in that last huddle. The one thing he doesn't want is for their offense to get sluggish. He said, take what the defense gives you. Don't hesitate to let those shots fly. He was no less emphatic with the second point he made, which was to close out on those perimeter shooters and prevent them from doing too much damage from long range. Maybe making those early adjustments will give them time to judge their effectiveness by halftime. We'll soon find out, Kevin.
Thanks, Doris. Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter.
I think the game plan needs to change here, guys, if they're going to get out of the hole, because he's not helping their offense. He's a grinder. Love what he does under the offensive boards, really bringing energy and life to his team.
For Orlando, they have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both.
Well, this is a kind of a mediocre free throw shooting team. They're sitting there at about 73% as a unit.
And guys, you know what? That's made things hard for them in a lot of their games. I mean, that inability to convert their chances at the free throw line.
Well, there was one obvious problem with Orlando last year, and that was they just had trouble scoring consistently.
And it was a problem that really limited what they could do during the season. Not a lot of ways to hide when your offense has that kind of weakness to it.
And Orlando making a change here. Miles is checked in.
How do you top 3 made 3-pointers in the first quarter? Easy. Convert more of them in the second. Absolutely amazing.
Oh, and a fast break for the Heat. Henry leading the charge. And the stuff by West.
I think that play sort of sums up what we've seen throughout. Just simply being outplayed both sides of the ball. Smart basketball defensively turning into quick points.
And that's not going to be able to continue if they hope to get back into this game. Like, it's a deflating play for your morale. Here's some numbers about the Magic's offense. They were in the bottom third in just about every major offensive category. Not much going on inside or outside for them.
Henry misses. The Magic trail by 12. Bryant passes to Miles. That's good, and it's Bryant with the assist. Miles has got his second bucket.
I think they need to get much more disruptive defensively. They can't just keep allowing these easy baskets.
I agree. They need more energy in the post.
To the Magic, if you can't score consistently, you're in trouble. I mean, they've definitely got to figure out how to be more dynamic on the offensive end. They're forcing the ball inside, and it's working beautifully.
Yeah, the defense has been futile here. 5 of the last 6 field goals in the lane.
Here's Henry. Hits it from 3-point range. Henry's got 32 points in the game.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the 3-point line. That's 4 of the last 5. You got to run those guys off the line.
I agree, and the defense is practically giving them those shots, though.
And they're beginning to fall apart a little bit defensively, especially inside.
Well, that's 4 straight buckets now at the rim.
Nice jump shot. Good. Henry's got 34.
He's played an important role in their offense today, guys. Without him, they may not be in the lead.
Now, here is Robinson. Defense right on him. Right side, Hardaway. That's good. Hardaway has got his second basket of the night. 7 seconds left to play in the first half. Here's Bryant. Not enough on that one as it misses. The clock runs out, and we're heading to halftime. Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first 2 quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback.
Looking at the game for Henry, 34 points, and he's unleashed a barrage of three-pointers on him.
Well, you got that right. You can tell he's on target because as soon as the ball leaves his hands, it looks like every single one of them is going in. Well, you love what David West brings to the table. Offensively, he can shoot, he can post up, he can muscle you. But he can really help you win without the ball in his hands, too, by setting hard screens and crashing the offensive boards.
Here's who Eric Spoelstra is starting the second half. Xavier Henry is out there with Tim Hardaway Jr. Then it's Anthony. Then it's Kevin Seraphin. And it's West in at the 4. And so he's able to get 1 of 2. And West, just what you think of when you talk about a true veteran, competitive, leadership, toughness.
All of that is David West personified. He does it without saying a whole lot. When he speaks, he's always right on time and on target, but his example is one that all young players should absorb and benefit from.
Robinson goes in, and the layup falls. Robinson's got 6.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. I mean, defensively, the wind has just been knocked out of their sails.
Need to get more bodies committed down low.
Anthony with the bucket.
They're relying on their three-point shooting and getting pretty good results right now.
Yeah, in fact, 3 of the last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
Robinson dishes to Kobe. No problems knocking that one down. Kobe's got 4 points in the quarter.
An excellent display of passing out there, fellas. I mean, 8 of their last 10 points have been assisted on.
Well, they continue to find the open man and play unselfishly. This is true team basketball we're seeing.
Here's Henry. 37 points for him. Jacks up a 3. And again, Miami with the triple.
He is bombing it today. How many more threes are we going to see from him?
Well, we've already seen plenty. The majority of his points have come on that shot.
Robinson drives in. It's blocked.
This offense's first miss after 3 straight makes to start the second half.
Anthony kicks to Seraphin. Hardaway for 3. That is good. Hardaway has got his 3rd basket of the night.
Boy, they've come out of halftime just smoking hot from behind the arc.
Hey, trust me on this one, partner. They are going to continue to let them fly.
Outside for Robinson. Good, and it's Hill picking up the assist. And it's 9 points for Robinson.
Coming out strong here in the 3rd quarter. That's 4 for 5 shooting for this team.
This one for 3. Henry misses.
Finally a miss, but still 4 for 5 shooting to start this 3rd quarter.
Robinson kicks to Fareed. And there's the rejection. Hardaway for 3. That's good. Hardaway has got 12 points in the game.
Now, this is what happens when he gets on a roll. You are not going to see a better rhythm shooter than him.
The Heat came into last season looking to three-peat, and anything less would have been a disappointment.
Yeah, well, you could see that they were focusing on the playoffs last year. The Bobcats didn't really stand a chance against them in round 1. Easy picking for the Heat.
And the foul called on Tim Hardaway Jr. That's foul number 2 for him. Here's what Orlando's going with right now. Andrew Bynum's checked in for Hill. Aminu comes in for Luol Deng. John Selmans, he's checked in for Kobe. And it's Jennings in for Nate Robinson. It's stolen by Brown. Down low. And count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line.
Well, to get back to the Heat last year, a lot of teams in the conference didn't really look to be in the same ballpark as Miami in terms of playoff hunger.
You know, the Heat did breeze through to the finals, but the three-peat just was not in the cards after they fell to the Spurs. Terrific run nonetheless. 4 consecutive NBA Finals, 2 championships. And quite honestly, who knows how things could have gone if the air conditioning didn't fail or any other twist in that epic series. That air conditioning went down in Game 1, folks, if you didn't recall that, but it wasn't anything about air conditioning. The Spurs were super hot and well-oiled and highly motivated. They wanted that trophy.
6 to shoot. The Magic again can't hit.
And you know why he was open there. They didn't commit too much defense to him, and you can see why. He has trouble making that shot.
Here's Payne. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim. Orlando's gone 3 of 7 tonight from three-point territory. Jennings drives in. It's rebounded by Vonleh. Vonleh's got 4 rebounds in this game. Launches a 3, and he gets it to go. Taylor's got 6 points.
They've gotten a bunch of good looks and have been absolutely lethal from behind the three-point line.
Yeah, you got to get some bodies out there defensively, though. I mean, things are way too easy out beyond the three-point arc.
Now a timeout called by Orlando. Defeated by the Hornets in their last game, they'll try to put that one behind them.
And one of the factors in that game was they just couldn't get to the foul line and get enough points from the free throw line.
They were letting them hear about that.
Anthony on the double team. That's tipped. And out of bounds as the Heat gain possession. Doris Burke has an update for us. Doris?
Yes, over that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear what Jacques Vaughn said to the team. He made no mistake that their plan was to run their offense through Fareed. Coach emphasized getting him as many touches as possible, saying he is going to be one of the guys to carry us the rest of the way. Coach was not wasting any time in altering their strategy here in the second half. And Kevin, he's going to have to hope those changes take effect quickly.
Thank you, Doris. And finished off by Brown.
Oh, man, they are just putting the hammer down right now.
Defensively and offensively, it has all been working for him today. Noah Vonleh, seen as kind of a project coming into Indiana, but I think he exceeded expectations. This kid has tremendous upside. Excellent motor. He's tough around the basket area. I think he could be a double-double guy. And his outside shooting provides an interesting wrinkle offensively.
Payne's shot is good. And it's the Magic with the ball. Their next game is at Quicken Loans Arena in Cleveland, taking on the Cavaliers. That will be a getaway game for them, a one-game road trip.
Boy, even though he missed, you can't give up that kind of a look very often.
Yeah, they're lucky that they didn't get burned on that one.
Taylor's shot, good.
Boy, they've been so sound offensively in the second half. I love the way they're playing.
Yeah, there's really no comparison in the shooting percentages between the teams since the break.
Salmons. That falls. Great assist by Brandon Jennings. Jennings has got 4 assists in the game. And here's Anthony for 3. And again, Miami with the triple.
They are wreaking havoc on them with the three-point shot here.
Lazy perimeter defense. Clark, you got to take the shooter's airspace away from him.
Knocked loose and taken away by Brown. Ball going up court.
Oh, man, that was unreal.
Mark it up.
Wow, we're going to remember that one for a while.
I know I will, Kevin. That was special.
Oh, man, that was a circus dunk.
Jennings passes to Salmons. Second shot opportunity. Fareed, no good. Miami controlling the game. It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock. Here is Jennings. Right now averaging 15 points a game. He dishes it to Salmons. And Aminu kicks to Jennings. And there's the whistle. That goes on Adrian Payne. That'll be his second foul of the game.
Second personal foul. Second team foul.
Fires at the elbow. He squares up and sinks it. And that's 19 points for Kobe Bryant.
Got a lot of momentum going with his own game. It's been great today and just as hot as he was last time out.
And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair.
on tap Friday.
Here's Henry. Buttinger is out there with Mirza Teletovic. Then there's C.J. Miles. Then there's Kobe. And it's Bynum in at the 5 spot. That's who's out there for Orlando. Well, Orlando's shooting has been just great so far, up at 56%. The dish now to Buttinger. Here's the 3. Oh, that's offensive interference.
Well, you know, starting last season, the NBA added a 3D camera system in every arena to track movements on the court, and some of the shots that those cameras get are remarkable. They can measure just about anything you can think of, and it's opening up a lot of different ways of measuring and dissecting the game. Another example of the overreaching arch of analytics.
And that's a foul called on Xavier Henry. That'll be his second foul of the game.
First team foul.
Miles dishes to Bynum. And going back to the new camera system, it seems it won't be long before every team has one. Really a revolution as far as evaluating the game.
Well, we are in an information age. There's no question. Stats, numbers, camera angles. Teams are really trying everything to get an edge over their competition. And it makes perfect sense. The big question is, how do you use that information? I think that's what teams are trying to figure out.
And both free throws good for Bynum.
Last year was supposed to be the triumphant return of Bynum to the hardwood, but it quickly disintegrated into a year he'd like to forget. He just never seemed to be right, and a big part of it was he just wasn't healthy.
And Orlando has possession. And it's Buttinger in the corner. Shoots the 3. Count the bucket.
That's like a layup for him. He's just wide open out there.
Just over a minute played here in the 4th.
And with Bynum, he still didn't have the physical gifts he once had. And even though Cleveland seemed like a good fit for him, coming back from injury, that relationship only lasted a few months.
And it's the Magic with the ball. Now Miles. Bryant is doubled. Here's Buttinger. That's good. And it's Kobe with the assist. Well, you know, things soured when a team cuts you outright and doesn't try to trade you. We don't know what exactly went on between Bynum and Cleveland, but it couldn't have been a minor issue.
It also had a hand in why he was a free agent for so long before getting picked up once again. Usually when you are his size with his skill set, you get calls right away from teams, but that wasn't the case with him.
Great looking bounce pass to set up that play.
Miami's gone 3 of 4 from downtown here in the 4th. Fires from deep. Here's Hamilton. And terrific work on the offensive glass, and he picks up 2.
They have to box out better than that. I mean, that putback is just another example of the difference between these two teams today.
Inside. And it's Buttinger finishing it off.
The defense just couldn't recover in time.
Yeah, the D pretty much went brain neutral on that one, Clark. Wouldn't
yes,
you?
Sir. I like that phrase.
Yeah, I don't use that phrase very often, but to me that's what happened. He shifted the brain into neutral.
Yes, he did.
That was embarrassing.
Here is Miles, guarded by Hardaway, and that's a foul called on Xavier Henry. That's his 3rd foul of the game.
Well, it started about a decade ago, but you would have to say that although the best players in the league might be wingmen, this generation is known for its point guards. There are a bunch of great ones out there, and that's pretty cyclical when you talk about the positions of dominance across the league throughout its history. It's been point guards, big guys, wingmen, and right now I think point guards are right there at the top of the heap.
And Hardaway gets it to go.
Another baby bottom smooth stroke there. I mean, that's perfect form he's showing at the three-point line.
Salmon's with it, picked up by Brown. It's stolen by Brown. And he takes that one up and powers it through.
Guys, that's simply superb. Ball pressure, a run out, and then a dunk in transition.
Exactly, Clark, what they wanted, the aggressive defense to lead to.
Yeah, points in transition.
That's why you want to make the other team feel uncomfortable handling the ball, because you can get easy points out of it at the other end.
There's the double team with Hamilton. And Miami has possession. He'd have gone 8 of 10 from the field here in the fourth quarter. Really getting it done. Shots good by Anthony.
Wow, this fourth quarter has just been tremendous for them from deep.
Yeah, they're locked in and putting up a ton of points from outside.
To the middle, here's Teletovic. Marvelous lead pass, and he throws it down.
Plain one-hand flush. I love it.
Clark, I think he got a few more inches on his vertical by going with the spike. Yeah. Here's Buttinger. He dents the rim with a two-handed slam.
Wow. Boy, he is a strong finisher on the fast break.
Yeah, he sure is. He remains in total control, even at full speed. I love that about him.
Got that one up quick. And that's now 18 points for Carmelo Anthony.
He's a big reason why they have the lead right now. He's made all of his field goal attempts thus far and remains hot from the floor.
Hamilton against Bryant. Here's Payne, and he takes that one up and powers it through.
And that puts a cherry on top, so to speak, of what's been a phenomenal showing for them.
All over but the winding now, Steve.
And guys, with this one winding down, it's obvious to everyone who's watched it. I mean, just a total mismatch in a true show of strength for the Heat.
And they could do no wrong today, Steve. That's right. This was a team performing to its Clark fullest capability.
Yeah, and a very satisfying win for them, too. A game to remember, and on the other side, definitely one you want to forget as soon as possible.
And this will be a big win for them. Lucky win number 13 now in the bag.
And it's always nice to get win number 1 against an opponent you'll be seeing a total of 4 times over the course of the year. They really set the tone tonight for their season series against the Magic.
Teletovic passes to Kobe. They double-team Kobe, and it's Buttinger in the corner, and the foul on Carmelo Anthony. That's his first foul. And Orlando making a change here. Miles is checked in, and Miami with a change here, too. Jeff Taylor, he's checked in for Hamilton.
Defensive foul. That's his first.
Well, it wasn't too long ago. We can remember Andrew Bynum being one of the best centers in the entire league. But, Steve, after his knee injuries, he just doesn't look the same.
Yeah, it's a shame, Kevin, and it happens periodically with big men. You know, they're carrying so much more weight that you worry about those feet and ankles and knees. And it's too bad because Bynum was really coming into his own when he went down with the injuries.
With Bynum, he actually said that he feels like a shell of himself when he first returned to play last year. Couldn't have been easy for him, and he questioned if he'll ever get his explosiveness back. Ever. His knees really in a bad way.
Orlando's gone 2 of 3 in the fourth quarter from long range. Good shooting so far. Bryant is doubled. Bynum kicks to Salmons, and Jeff Taylor gets the whistle that time.
Jeff Taylor.
So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2.
At the line, shooting 2.
Free throw good, Salmons.
John Salmons.
That's also good, so he hits both free throws. Miami controlling the game, and Miami can just let the clock run down here. And the Heat get another bucket right there.
They didn't take their time wrapping this game up. They pretty much did it in a hurry.
Yeah, they had a nice spurt to polish this one off.
Here's Kobe. Drops one in from the wing.
He's done a ton to help his team, guys, and he may have to do more if they're going to come back and win.
Hardaway with it. The tray. And the Heat, another 3.
Well, they've done a great job keeping the fans out of the game today, and the closer they get to the win, the quieter it gets.
Yeah, we call that the sweet sounds of silence. They're going to savor this win, as well they should. Every road win carries a little extra reward.
And so Miami takes this one by a big margin. Some days, Clark, everything goes right for a team, and they just had one of those games.
Yeah, it certainly was. I mean, these guys played a great all-around basketball game here.
Thank you for joining us for this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports. For Clark, Stephen Doris, and the rest of the crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time. Last but not least, here is your Jordan Player of the Game, Xavier Henry.